DJs BrewTube beer review. Well, you see the Heavy Seas hat and the Heavy Seas beer and glass, so you know what time it is. It's time for DJ to go local. That's right, guys. We're going local again today with yet another Heavy Seas beer out of Baltimore, Maryland, US of A. Yay, yay. And what are we going to have today? We're going to have their Double Cannon DIPA. That's right. They're making a DIPA now based off of their most popular beer, Loose Cannon IPA, and it's brand new for this year. At time of recording, this beer is probably about a week old. Why? Because they're giving the freshness date to the end of August of this year. That means with their 120-day, freshness date system, this is about a week old. We don't know exactly the day they bottled it, but that's my best guess. Now, what about the beer? It clocks in at 9.5% ABV and 90 IBUs. As I mentioned, this is based off of their Loose Cannon IPA, which is their most popular beer that they bottle and can. This beer is a little bit different. It uses less number of hops, but some of the same hops as Loose Cannon. On hops in this, they're using Chinook, Simcoe, and Cascade. Boom. All those hops are in Loose Cannon, but that's the only hops in these. They use Citra and some other stuff in Loose Cannon. Now, for malt in this, they're using two-row, Munich, and Caramalt. Those are the exact same malt base as in Loose Cannon, but they beefed it up because I think that beer is about 7.5%. I really dig that beer. I give that beer like an A- or an A, somewhere in that range, depending on my mood that day. On tap, it's really awesome, and Loose Cannon is really, really good off cask. So, you know what? It's enough time flapping my gums here. Time to pop the top on this bad boy, get it in my Heavy Seas snifter, and tell you what's up with the Double Cannon DIPA. Boom. Nice hiss off the top. Obsessively collectible crown. God knows how many Heavy Seas crowns I have. And let's get it in the glass. Ooh, nice. Here we go. Lovely, clear, orange amber color stream coming out of that bottle there. Alright, let's see what we got going on. Just like that is a really, more, dark amber, red, orange color, super tight packed bubbles. Heavy Seas beers tend to be like that. We got a solid one finger head there. We're going to get some nice glass lacing on this, I suspect. And we got tons of alcohol leg swirl on there. But look at that, guys. Its own snifter, looking beautiful. Let's see if the aroma is just as good. Diving in. Up front, citrus peel, grapefruit, as a matter of fact. Pine, a bit of dankness. Getting some sweetness from the malt. No alcohol in the aroma. Grassy herbal and floral notes in the hops as well. But it's mainly citrus, pine, dankness. A little bit of mango, I think. Yeah, maybe a papaya. But grapefruit is the dominant note, followed by the grass and pine, the bit of dankness, and then you're getting the tropical fruits in the background, and the alcohol is totally hidden with some malt sweetness. It smells delicious. Let's dive in and see what it tastes like. Cheers! Okay. Up front, the first thing you get is grapefruit, coming from the Simcoe, I suspect. After that, you're getting pine, grass. The dankness that was in the nose isn't so much translating into the taste, but it's still really good. I'm getting a decent bit of malt sweetness. There's a lot of balance in this beer. I read their propaganda on this beer. They're saying they want it to be balanced like Loose Cannon is. This almost tastes more balanced to me than Loose Cannon. The hops aren't really aggressive and up in your face. It's a very much an East Coast style DIPA. The hop bitterness, though it's clocking in at 90 IBUs, it's the bigger player than the sweetness, but only just bigger than the sweetness. Overall, it has a nice flavor profile that's dominated, like I said, by the grapefruit zest, pine, a little bit of herbal notes, and a very, very mild dankness in the background. The 9.5% ABV is totally hidden. This is dangerous beer. If you think you're drinking regular Loose Cannon and you clock on a couple of these, you might go night-night early. But like I suspected, awesome glass lacing, but highly drinkable beer. It's not like a West Coast style at all. If you're expecting that because it's saying double IPA, don't go there. In some ways, I like Loose Cannon more because Loose Cannon seems to showcase the hops a little better than this does. The larger malt bill that they use didn't seem to be unbalanced as much as the hops, as it is when you drink Loose Cannon. The hops are more the star of the show, I think, of that beer when you have it excessively fresh like this one is. But that said, it is a tasty beer. It is well made, but it's not like a mind-blowing hop bomb if that's what you're looking for. This is a balanced, easier drinker that is, I think, in some ways more dangerous because you're not saying, wow, this is big, and you could session on this because of the balance, and that'll knock that ass out. So, would we grade a beer like this? Rate beer. This is a brand new beer. Has no grade. Beer Advocate does. It gives it a 90, which is an A-. I think I'm going to go with an A- also on this beer. I'm going to give it like a 92. It's not a mind blower. It's saying double IPA, but these days, when you're dealing with double IPAs of the likes of these beers, you got to have your big boy panties on, and you got to knock that balance off a little bit because people aren't expecting this. This is sort of like a Gen 1 or 2 East Coast double IPA, in my opinion. It's a good beer. It's not a great beer, but it is a nice beer, and I think it would pair well with food. And it's also a sneaky, dangerous beer, but it may have a big, a following as well, because you got to consider Heavy Seas is a regional brewery now. They have a pretty big distribution footprint, so maybe that's what they're brewing to. They want to put out a more acceptable, easier, accessible beer, and maybe this is a good starter DIPA for some folks. It's a good beer, but like I said, when you drink it, it will cronk you. Be careful. Sneaky beer. So, that's my opinion. Have you had this beer? I'd like to hear your opinion too. Let me know what you know, because I don't know everything. But one thing I do know is that it's important to think globally, drink locally, and support the craft beer movement. I'm wearing the Heavy Seas hat. I got the Heavy Seas glass and the beer. You know I've been supporting my local brewer. Whether I love that beer or not, or I'm going goo-goo and I want to drink 50 million of them or more, it don't matter. I support that local brewer. Please do that too, because that helps keep the craft beer movement growing and keeping the fizzy piss water guys at bay. So, to the next DJs BrewTube, if you would, rate, comment, and subscribe, especially if this is your first time watching us, and smash that like button. Until then, I got nothing but a bunch of local beer drinking love for you, and you know what's coming, guys? That's right, a big night!